Well, I have been called Lefebvre before. I don't know if that's the way they pronounce it in some parts of the world or not, but Lefebvre is what we always say. I'm Zachary Lefebvre. Back here is my wife Verity and our son Isaac. And we have Maggie, who is 7 years old, and Levi, who is 2.5, and they are in a nursery somewhere. And you'll be thankful for that because Levi's kind of a loud one. We have two other daughters. Katie is in Pensacola Christian College, and Polly is 16, and she is with my mother in Tennessee. I'm originally from Prayer Baptist in Westland, and we've been in the mission field, on the mission field for 17 years now. We were in Romania for 10 years, and we've been in Bulgaria for 7 years. We work with the Muslim people over there. They're called Millet Turks, and our ministry is in Turkish. We have the ministry started in 1991. Senior missionary Ralph Cheatwood was in Istanbul at that time. He had been working with Turks for 16 years. And the Turkish people are Muslim, and that Islamic spirit is so strong that he said in 16 years he only had 3 converts because they don't want the gospel, they don't want to believe, they just have that spirit on them. But when the Berlin Wall came down and when all of the Eastern European countries that were formerly communist, when they had the revolutions, they opened up the borders for foreigners to come in. Brother Ralph went in and he found that there were 10% of Bulgaria's 9 million people at that time were Turks. And so in Bulgaria he found that there were Turks who were open to receive the gospel. They were not the strong Muslim like they are in the Middle East and in Turkey. They were just a nominal Muslim. They didn't know much about their religion, and they were open to the gospel. And so we see that the Lord had Brother Ralph in preparation for 16 years, not to preach to Turks in Turkey, but to reach the ones in Bulgaria. And we had planned to go to Bulgaria, but in 1995 they could no longer get missionary visas, and so the missionaries, or 6 families, moved up to Romania and found there's Turks up in Romania. And that's when we went. We studied Romanian first, and this is a Romanian Bible. Somebody just gave this to me, by the way. The Romanian language, we learn to preach in it. John 3:16, if I can remember, it says, Fiindcă Dumnezeu atât de mult a iubit pe lumea, că a dat pe singurul lui Fiu, ca oricine ar crede în El să nu piardă, ci să aibă viață veșnică. That's in Romanian. We preached there for about 10 years. We moved in 2005 to Bulgaria and worked more with Turkish people, and there's 1,000 villages in Bulgaria with Turkish people that are pretty much open to the gospel. We learned Turkish, and in Turkish, John 3:16 sounds like this. Çünkü Tanrı dünyayı öyle sevdi ki biricik oğlunu verdi, öyle ki ona her kim iman ederse mahvolmasın ama sonsuz yaşamı olsun. That's John 3:16. This is the Turkish Bible that I preach from about 8 times a week, 8 to 10 times a week. We go to church over there in villages, not just on Sunday morning and Sunday nights, every day. We take 4 days a week and do about 2 meetings a day in different villages. We travel about 100 miles a day, go to nearby villages, and there's people everywhere that are open to the gospel. We're only limited by our time. We have national pastors there, and we're training the national pastors. There's 8 men that we work with. Most of them are independent. They're strong in the Word. They're able to preach and take care of churches. There's 1 or 2 that are a little bit newer in the faith, and so we work more closely with them. We go with them every single time pretty much. But we are starting churches, preaching the gospel, starting churches, turning the churches over to national pastors, and going to new villages. And there's more villages than what we'll ever be able to reach. But the hope is, things are changing. Nowadays we have DVDs. We record a gospel sermon, a church service on DVD. We duplicate it, pass them out for free to everybody. We go to the train station in Varna, and trains there go to all through Bulgaria, and so we can send the gospel all through Bulgaria. Another benefit that just come up in the last few years is this thing called YouTube. I don't know if y'all have heard about it or not. But we put preaching on YouTube in Turkish. And so now Turks all over the world, I guess you could say, can find it on YouTube and hear the gospel preached. But the main part of the work is the day-by-day, week in, week out, preaching to people, seeing people saved. I just got a report from the missionaries over there this week. They had their 3rd baptism of the year. Our churches are house churches. They don't have baptistries. They don't have big rooms like this. We go down to the river and baptize. This is the 3rd one we've had this year, and they had about 30 people baptized this last time. And I think altogether that makes about over 120 people, 126 I believe. And that's not just talking somebody into getting baptized. Those are Muslim people. When they get baptized, it means something. A public profession of faith means something. So we're just glad, we're thankful that God has called us into this work. Always had a heart to serve the Lord, and the Lord gave us the opportunity. And we're just thankful to be in a work where we get to see the Lord moving, and we give Him all the praise and all the glory. And it's good to be here tonight. It's good to see Brother Hawk. I hadn't seen him in some time, but it's good to be here. Thank you.